Hello everyone, good afternoon. How are you people? So we are here with another live session and today we are going to continue the chemistry part in this live session, and this live session is on chapter 2, is matter around us pure. So I think you are ready with the chapter and topic, so be with your pen and notebook. So whatever important points or any doubt, anything you have to ask, you can ask me through the live chat or you can WhatsApp me, right? And I will take this everything at the end of the session. So, uh, as you have already studied matter in our surrounding, right? So matter in our surrounding, that thing you have studied in chapter 1, where you have seen that there are many different matters are there, where we have discussed about the physical state of the matter and the chemical state, right? So if we see, based on the physical composition, physical properties and the chemical composition, the matter was classified, right? So this is what we have seen in the previous chapter also. And in physical properties we have seen that it was classified into solid, liquid, gas, plasma, Bose-Einstein, condensate. So this five, on the basis of physical, this five classification of matter was on the basis of physical properties. Here, in this chapter, we will see, based on the chemical composition, what are the matters, right? So it is solely depend on the chemical composition, how chemically it is made. So that was only physically, physical appearance. But what is internal, chemical, that we will see. So based on the chemical composition, the matter is classified into two broad categories. Clear? So these two broad categories is pure substance and mixture. Yes, pure substance and mixture. Pure substance means which is formed of a single type of substance. It is completely pure. Now what we called pure, whenever we go to market we search for pure things, right? There, for an example, milk should not contain water, water should not be mixed, more water should not be mixed on the milk. So that is pure, means complete milk should be there. Or if we go to buy dal, pulses, that should not have any grabbles, adulterants, मिलावट नहीं होना चाहिए. So that is what we called it as pure, right? It should be pure. But here in perspective of chemistry or chemical, pure means which is made up of only single type of substance. So pure substance is made up of single type of substance, whereas mixture, if you see the mixture is made up of different two or more types of substances. That's why it is like mixture, mixed, right? So first we will start with the mixture. What is this mixture? What are the mixtures are there? And then from there we will go to the pure substance. What are the pure substance? Clear? So first I will show you one experiment. You just go through this experiment, just see the experiment, and then we will start the discussion, the session, right? So are you ready? Okay. Here we have three samples, sample A, sample B and sample C. All these three classes has water. Now in sample A we will add salt, in sample B we will add larger grain sand, and then in sample C we will add ink, right? First we will see, we will try to add this and we will try to dissolve it. So we will see whether it get dissolved or not. Adding salt into the water.
sand into the water. Adding ink into the water. Here in sample A, we could not find the salt, which is we have dissolved it, so it is completely dissolved. But here in sample B, we can find the sand, right, which is not actually dissolved, and here the ink is completely mixed with the water. This is first experiment, right? That shows that the three differences. When left undisturbed, the sample A, nothing is getting settled down here. The salt is not getting settled down here, so it is stable. It is mixed here completely. Whereas in sample B, the sand is settled down, which is not stable, and the ink is also completely spreaded in the water, so it is also stable, which is not getting settled down separately. When a beam of light is passed through this sample A, there we could not find any scattering. The light is going directly, so light is not getting scattered here. In sample B also we could not find any scattering. The light is also going straightly through the sample B. Here in sample C, you can find out that light has dispersed. There is a beam of light, here is another beam of light is passing through. So maybe it is not clear in the camera, but here you can see this is one beam of light is passing through, here another beam of light is passing through. There is a gap between this. So this sample C is doing scattering of light.
So dear students, here you have seen the experiment, and you can also try this experiment at your home. So after that you have seen the observations also. So remember this observation because we are going into that, right? So how this observations is in context with what we are going to know about the mixture. So remember the observation of sample A, B and C, and then we are now moving on to this mixture. So mixture, as I have told you, it is mixed of different types of substances. So these substances are pure substances, right? Two or more than two also it is present, right? It is mixed with two or more than two substances. Now the mixture is divided in two categories. Yeah, two category. One is homogeneous mixture and another one is heterogeneous mixture. Homogeneous mixture is, homo means same type, So here the composition is uniform. In homogeneous mixture, composition is uniform, it is uniformly mixed, whereas in heterogeneous, different compositions are there, different types of compositions mixed together. That's why it is heterogeneous mixture, right? So homogeneous and heterogeneous, these two category of mixture is there. Now in homogeneous and heterogeneous, there are different types of mixtures are available. So we will go in details in depth what are these, right? In homogeneous, what is the example, what is the mixture is available, and what kind of mixture, and in heterogeneous what kind of mixture is available. So remember the experiment which we have performed, that is going to come here. Clear? So now we will see the types of mixture. This types of mixture, the mixture which we are going to take is, first is the solution. Yes, solution. So solution is a homogeneous mixture. Clear? Understand? So homogeneous mixture is solution. So this solution is made up of two or more substances. Clear? Generally it is made up of two substances. It could be made of more than two also, right? This solution is now divided into two components. One is which we call solute, and another is called solvent. Now what is solute? What is solute? Solute is something which is getting mixed on a larger component. Solute is very small component, smaller part, which is getting mixed with the larger component. And what is larger component? The solvent. Solvent is the larger component, right? Suppose you are mixing something in water. So water is solvent, and that something which you are going to mix it in the water, that is solute, right? So these two components, solute and solvent, is making the solution, right? So this is forming the solution. So this is what is very important, you remember this one. So this is the two components of the solution. Without this, solution will not form, we could not prepare a solution. Now you are making tea, right? You are adding solute, different types of tea leaves, chai patta dete ho, and then you add sugar. So these also solute. In what you are adding? In the water. And water is what? The solvent, because it is larger amount, larger quantity. Component is in larger amount, right? So that is what solute and solvent. Clear? So next we will see the properties of the solution, right? So these properties of the solution will help us to identify which sample A or sample B or sample C, which one is the solution. Yes, we are finding out the samples as which one is solution, which one is another thing. I'm coming to that we will identify. So properties are different properties are there. Solution is a homogeneous mixture. We came to know that yes, it is a homogeneous because it is uniformly mixed together, right? The particles cannot be seen with our naked eyes. So this is here because the particle is very smaller in size. It is approximately 1 nanometer in diameter. Because of that, the particles is so small, we could not able to see the particles. We could not able to filter the particles, right? Here if we want to filter it, we could not able to do filtration because this get mixed together, right? And then because the particle is smaller also, that's why it is we could not able to filter it, and then they could not get settled down, right? So this type of solution is stable, so they don't settle down. And when we pass a beam of light through the solution, so it will not scatter any light. So now can you able to identify which sample is matching with this type of properties? Can you identify which sample? Can you guess and can you tell me in the live chat? So this is the sample A, where we have added salt into the water. So you have seen the salt is get mixed with the water completely. Particles we couldn't able to see, nothing got settled down, the scattering of light was not there, right? So all these properties is telling that the sample A is the solution, and these are the examples. So we are putting sugar in the, if we are making a sharbat lemonade, so we put lemon, sugar, water, salt, right? Solution, this is a solution. uh, Iodine in alcohol. Acha, what is sugar? Sugar is solid. So this type of question also asked in the examination. Ki in this solution, tell me which one is solid, which one is liquid, or which one is gas. What is the state of this matter? So salt, sugar is solid, water is liquid. Iodine in alcohol. Iodine is liquid. Iodine is again the solute. Alcohol is the solvent, right? This iodine in alcohol is known as tincture iodine, right? You can see here it is written tincture iodine. This tincture iodine is used generally for the treatment purpose. If anyone get cuts or bruises, for that cut जाने से कहीं हाथ पैर, so that time tincture iodine is used, right? As it works as an antiseptic. So tincture iodine is used there. Soda water में soda, carbon dioxide is solute and water is the solvent, right? So this solute and solvent combination is forming the solution. Clear? In tincture iodine, what is the solute? Which one is solute? The iodine is the solute. And what is the solvent? The alcohol is the solvent. Clear? So this is what first category we have seen, the solution and their properties with their examples also we have seen, right? I hope you have clear, you are getting it, you are getting my points, right? Now we will see that there is concentration of solution. We talk about concentration of solution. This concentration of solution means uh, what amount of solute is present in the solvent, कितना solute है उस solvent में. From that we find out कि whether this is having what type of concentration this solution is having, and it is very much required to know, right? In chemistry, when you go higher in higher classes, you will have to, in lab you have to know this basic thing about the concentration of solution. It's very basic thing in the lab, right? So when you will have the theory, you can easily work out in the lab also. Now it is, concentration of solution is divided into three category. So dilute, concentrated and saturated, right? So here dilute and concentrated is a comparative term. We do comparison. Now what is this comparative term? If I will say, I will just show you. So dilute means, if suppose I am adding sugar, I'm adding sugar and in water, so I have to make it 100%, right? I have to make the solution 100%. Now here in sugar, the sugar I have taken around 10% and water I have taken around 90%. So the amount of sugar, that is the solute, is very less compared to the water, to the solvent, right? So it is dilute. If we talk about concentrated, the amount of, if I'm taking sugar and the amount is I'm taking 90% sugar and water is around 10%, and then it is forming 100%. So it is concentrated, means more amount of solute is present, that's why it is concentrated. So this is what we take it as a we can say as a comparative terms, right? Now about the saturated, what is this saturated? We have to understand about the saturated. Saturated type of solution is something where suppose you are adding sugar in the water at particular temperature, at the room temperature you are adding the sugar and you are trying to mix it, you are trying to dissolve it. Now this sugar got dissolved, right? So the sugar which got dissolved in the solution, that capacity of the solution where the sugar got dissolved, and after this further no more solute will get dissolved, that is what we called saturated solution, right? So means this much amount of I'm adding now this much amount of sugar is added. Now after this no more sugar I can add. This is what we call saturated solution. Now if I will keep the same thing in a gas stove and if I will put a flame, आग लगा दूं gas stove में मतलब in the chula, so due to the increase in temperature it will make more dissolve. If I will add more sugar उसमें और ज़्यादा dissolve क्योंकि temperature change होगा, अब उस temperature में और dissolve होगा. So that after अगर उसमें नहीं और नहीं हो रहा, that is saturation point. No more solvent will get solute will get dissolved, right? So this is what we call saturated solution. तो saturated solution में क्या हो रहा है? Solubility देखा जा रहा है, right? तो how much amount of solute is present in the saturated solution, that is what we call solubility. मतलब कि इस particular solution में इतना ही solute है, इतना ही मिक्स हुआ है और इसके बाद में नहीं हो पा रहा है, that means this is the solubility कि इतना ही capacity है. Now how it is getting mixed? You remember the liquid is having the particles between the liquid is having spaces, and that space is allowing to filled up by the another particles which is entering into this. If I am adding sugar, so sugar is particles of sugar is filling the space of this water, right? So it is quite connected, the chapter 1 and this chapter. So this is what we do, solubility. We talk about solubility like this, ki how much solute has been dissolved, the amount of solute whatever it get dissolved, this is what we call, right, solubility. Now there is unsaturated solution also. Unsaturated solution मतलब कि now at that particular temperature more solution solute can be dissolved. उसमें और भी ऐड कर सकते हैं, एक चम्मच ऐड किया और भी ऐड होगा तो मिक्स हो जाएगा, डिसॉल्व हो जाएगा. That is what we call unsaturated solution, means it can dissolve more amount of solute also in that. Clear? So this is what concentration of solution, this is the categories which we find, so that is the saturated solution. Now here we are going to do some calculation based on this concentration of a solution. Now there are three ways to find out the concentration of a solution. Okay, what is the concentration of this solution, how much solute is present in the solution, because it is very much common. You have to you have to find out this thing when you are going to do lab work in higher classes. Now what is this, कि कितना चीनी है एक सॉल्यूशन में, उस सॉल्यूशन का कंसंट्रेशन क्या है, we find out with these three ways, right? And what is these three ways? First one is mass by mass percentage of a solution. Yeah, we find out the percentage. We will do this one, mass by mass percentage of the solution. So mass by mass means mass of the solute will be given and the mass of the solvent or solution will be given, and based on that we will find out. For an example, mass of a what is how we can find out, mass of solute divided by mass of solution into 100. Mass by volume percentage, mass of solute divided by volume of a solution into 100. Volume by volume percentage is equal to volume of solute divided by volume of solution into 100. So using these three, wherever if suppose mass is given and volume is given, that means you have to use this one. If volume is given, only this formula. If only mass, then this formula. So we are going to do we were going to do the calculations so that you will understand how we can do this calculations, how we can find out the concentration of a solution. So are you ready? Yeah, we will do this one so that you will clear the concept of how to find out the concentration of a solution. So ready? Here is the question. Yeah, so uh, find, just listen carefully what it is saying. A solution contains 40 gram of common salt, right? How much common salt? 40 gram of common salt. So what is the amount of salt? Is 40 gram, right? And how much water is there? How much water is there? Is 320 gram. So a solution contains 40 gram of salt, common salt, in 320 gram of water. What we have to do? We have to calculate the concentration in terms of mass by mass percentage of the solution. So we will find out mass by mass percentage of the solution, right? So here we go. Here I have written it already. So amount of salt, that is, this is solute, right? And this is solvent. Amount of salt is given 40 gram, and amount of water is given 320 gram, right? So this is what the solute and the solvent. But what is the formula? Mass by mass percentage we have to find out, right? So the formula is mass of solute divided by mass of solvent into 100, right? Accordingly here not solvent, solution. So accordingly solution is there. What we have to do? Solution, we know that key solution is equal to solute plus solvent, right? Solution is equal to solute plus solvent. So how much solute is there? 40 gram. How much solvent? 320 gram. So what will be the total? 360 gram, right? 360 gram. So now we have found out the mass of the solution. So here we will now put it into the formula, right? So this formula we are putting it, mass by mass percentage, right? Mass by mass percentage, and it will be 40 divided by 360 into 100, right? So how much it will be? Okay, just let it be, this one cancel. So 4 9 ja 36, right? And then you just have to divide this one, right? 9 1 ja 9 1 point sorry, 100, it is 100, not this one. Then 11 9 1 ja 9 1.10 9 1 ja 9. So answer will be 11.11 percentage. Answer will be 11.11 percentage, right? Clear? Understand? So we will do another one. I think you are clear with this. So it is very simple technique. What you have to do, you have to, if the solution is not given and the solvent is given only, then you just add this one, and then after adding you will get the solution value and then put it into the calculation. right? Now we will do the another question. So here it is asked to make a saturated solution. 36 gram of sodium chloride is dissolved in 100 gram of water at 293 Kelvin, right? So what is the amount of sodium chloride? It is given 36 gram, and then what is the amount? Amount of water. How much amount of water is there? 100 gram, right? You also try this one. Now what same here, temperature is given means particular at that temperature, so we don't have to do anything with the temperature. Now what we have to do, this is given in again mass, right? Again it is given in the mass. So sodium chloride is the solute and this water is the solvent. So what we have to do, we have to add the, so amount of solution is equal to 36, this we have to add 36 plus 100, so 136 gram, right? So now if we are finding it again, mass by mass percentage, so what will be here, 36 divided by 136 into 100. Now tell me what will be the answer here. You just find out and tell me what will be the answer here. Yeah, so I'm just, yeah, what will be the answer here? You just calculate and tell me what will be the answer. Anyone? Okay, someone said 26.47. Then anyone else? Anyone else? Tell me. 26.47 will be the answer. Okay. Okay, 26.47. So the answer will be 26.47 percentage, right? We have to put the percentage. So percentage is very much required. We have to give the percentage. Without percentage, we can't like the answer will be not complete because we are finding out the concentration. So it will be always in the percentage. Clear? So I just want to give you another question. So others who were trying, you can try, no problem. Ajizul and SM Gaming, it is written. Okay, you can give me your names also so I can find out who has given the answer. Right? So two of you have given the answer. Okay, anyway, I'm just going to give you the another question. So here is the another question. Calculate the concentration of a solution which contain 50 gram of copper sulfate dissolved in 200 ml of water at 303 Kelvin. So you have to calculate where copper sulfate is given, which is having 50 gram, and 200 ml of water is there. You just have to find out what will be the concentration of a solution. Now in 3, which formula will come here? You see, copper sulfate is given in mass, whereas in the water is given in volume. So mass by volume percentage you have to find out. You just take that formula, everything is same. Just while writing, you have to write mass and then or volume. So just do it and tell me the answer. Yes, I'm waiting. I'm hoping everyone will give me the answer. So your time starts now. Start. Yeah, I'm waiting. So you just give me your answers. Yeah, all of you just try and give the answer. Amount of copper sulfate is equal to 50 gram and amount of water is equal to 200 ml. The rest you just do it. Yeah. So are you ready with the answer? 50%. Okay. Then Anyone else? Yeah, anyone else? Someone has given 50. Yeah, then so I'm just, no, it is not mass by mass, it is mass by volume. You can see it is amount copper sulfate is 50 gram, whereas amount of water is 200 ml. So mass by volume we have to find out. Mass by volume. Yeah, just do that one. It's very simple. Yeah, I'm just waiting. I'm very excited actually. I want to see how many of you are coming with the correct answer. What will be the percentage? What will be the mass by volume percentage of this concentration of this type of this concentration of the solution? Yeah, anyone completed? It's very simple. I have not complicated it. It's very simple. You can finish it. It's everything is in like round figure. You can complete it very soon. Someone has said 50. Then anyone else coming with the answer? I'm actually looking for here. I'm just looking at the live chat. You can WhatsApp me also. If you are not able to give the live chat, you can WhatsApp me also. I can see the WhatsApp answer also. Okay, anyway, you just do it. You can give me the answer. I will see it later on. So we will having very short of time. We have to continue. There are more topics to come. We just have to continue. Okay, 25. Okay, I will tell the correct answer. I will tell the correct answer. So we just have to continue. So I'm just continuing it. Okay, moving on. So we have already completed this one. We have seen the calculations, and then now next is after solution there is suspension. Suspension is heterogeneous mixture. Here the homogeneous is the solution, solution is the homogeneous, and suspension is the heterogeneous mixture. So here again two or more substances can be mixed together, right? And here what happened, the solute doesn't get dissolved, so particles of the solute do not dissolve with the solvent, and because of that it remains suspended, right? That's why we find these properties as they are heterogeneous, and we can see easily with our naked eyes, and we can filter this solute also, and then it is getting settled down. So it is not stable, it is not get mixed together, it remain it is unstable, and it gets settled down below, right? And it doesn't scatter the light also, beam of light also. With this I hope you can guess that sample B is the suspension, right? Sample B is the suspension where this is getting mixed together, right? Not getting, sorry, it's not getting mixed together, and because of that it is we call suspension. So it is unstable. We can see that with our naked eyes everything is get matched with the properties. What are the examples? Sand in water, chalk powder in water. These are the example of suspension. Many more are the example of suspension, right? So this is what we call suspension. There is another heterogeneous mixtures are there. We called it as colloidal solution. Yeah, colloidal solution. So this colloidal solution is also a heterogeneous mixture, and easily you can identify that this is the particle is uniformly spread throughout the solution. Then also it is heterogeneous because it is showing different characteristics and it is visible. Particles are not visible, the thing is get visible, right? And properties is heterogeneous. We could not see the particles we couldn't able to see the sample C. You remember sample C? Ink particles we could not see. The ink we can see. The particles present in the ink, no. Combinedly we can see, right? Then filtration, if you do the filtration, whether it will separate? No. The ink will also get filtered out. Then it is not getting settled. It is remained along with the spreaded in the water. Then it scattered beam of light. Yes, it scattered beam of light. In suspension, beam of light is getting scattered, but when it is not get disturbed, sorry, when it get disturbed, right? When you mixed completely, after that when you pass the beam of light, it will scattered because particles are very big, right? But in this colloidal case, colloidal solution, the scattering takes place every time, anytime. But there in suspension, when it gets settled down, it will not scatter. But when it is not settled, at that time it will uh, scatter the light, beam of light, right? So examples: milk, ink in water, and there are many more examples are there of the colloidal solution that we will see, right, in the next. Here we can find scattering of light, right? This scattering of light we called as Tyndall effect. Yeah, Tyndall effect. Tyndall effect is something where the beam of light is getting scattered. So I will just show you. So here you can see in this forest what is happening. This in forest the sunlight is coming, and with this canopy of the trees, there are many trees are there, right? The light is getting scattered, right? The light is getting scattered here. So this is what we can find in when there will be much smoke also, right, in the environment. So this is what scattering of light. And this scattering of light anywhere wherever you find, this is what we call Tyndall effect. Yeah, Tyndall effect. This Tyndall effect uh, is because there is what happened, there are two components present in this colloidal solution. That two components helps in scattering of the light. In solution, like solute was there and solvent was there, here the disperse phase is like a solute and dispersion medium is like a solvent. What is disperse phase? This is solute like thing, or the dispersed particles which getting dispersed in the dispersion medium. And what is dispersion medium? Where the disperse phase is getting suspended, right? Completely it comes everywhere. So that is disperse phase and dispersion medium. So because of this only in colloidal solution Tyndall effects happen. This Tyndall effect happens not only in colloidal solution, means not only in something like milk or ink, it is in the environment also we observe, right, in daily life. Like I have just showed you the uh, example of the forest. So this Tyndall effect, a person has found out, and with his name he has given the Tyndall effect. And this is the person you are seeing on the screen. His name is John Tyndall. Just think, this person has just given the name and became famous by finding out this one. So this is what observation, he observed it, he understand it, and then he has given the name of this thing effect as with his name Tyndall effect. So this motivate everyone to do something. You can also become a scientist, you can also give your name somewhere in some science part of the science, right? So I hope you are ready with this. So the examples I have said, so these are the different examples which we can find. Different dispersed phase are there, different dispersion mediums are there, there are types. So whatever examples you are seeing, this is we find in everyday like life, every day, everywhere. So this is this gemstone, this gemstone is also a colloidal solution. Through here also scattering can occur, right? So colloidal solution, they do scattering. Clear? I hope you are clear with it. So these are the types of the mixtures which we have seen. So it is homogeneous and heterogeneous. Homogeneous is solution, heterogeneous is suspension and colloidal solution, right? So this is the category of the types of mixture. Now next thing is the pure substance. So pure substance, here we will see the types of the pure substance. What are the types of the pure substance are there? Pure substance is classified into two categories. One we call element, another one we call compound. Now what is this element? This element, before understanding the element name was first given by Robert Boyle. In 1661, this person Robert Boyle has named as element. नामकरण किया element. Now he is he famous. He is become famous. एक नामकरण करके, right? This element was later on defined कि element है क्या चीज, उसका definition. अभी मेरा नाम हो गया, मैं हूँ क्या चीज, मेरे बारे में जानकारी. So that was given by Antoine Laurent Lavoisier, right? He has defined the element it as it is the basic form of the matter which cannot be break into simpler substance. You could not break this by any type of chemical reaction into a simpler form. So that is what is element, and now we are using this same definition. By knowing this definition, we are understanding what is actually element. So you want to see who is this Robert Boyle and Antoine? So we will see. This is Robert Boyle. The picture you are seeing, he is Robert Boyle. So he has named, became famous, and the definition of element who has given, right? Anthony Laurent Lavoisier. Now the metal is classified into three categories: metals, non-metals, and metalloids. Now what is this metal, what is this non-metal, and what is this metalloid? Anyway, you have already studied about metals and non-metals in lower classes, little bit, you know, you have the idea. Then also we are going into it. Metals, generally the metal, non-metal, metalloids, we identify these things with their properties. If you know me, you know me with some properties, some designation, some role, कि मैं टीचर हूँ, मैं ये करता हूँ, मैं पढ़ाता हूँ, ये करता हूँ, वो करता हूँ. Likewise, we know this type of elements, metals, non-metals, or metalloids by their roles, their properties. So how we can define it? What is metal? How we can define it? What is non-metal? So metal is luster, having luster. It is malleable, sonorous, ductile, good conductors of heat and electricity. Right? What is luster? Metal में चमक होता है. Example, gold, silver, चमक है, shiny surface. It is having shiny surface, right? That's why it is used as an ornament. It is malleable. इसको thin मार के हथौड़ा से we can make it into a thin sheet. If we beaten it, it will become thin sheet, right? Aluminium का thin sheet use करते हैं, right? So sonorous, which produce sound, metal produce sound, we use string, guitar वगैरह ये सब, right? Ductile, which we can make it in a wire, copper का wire होता है, right? So that is, we can make it is a good conductor of heat and electricity, we know that. What is non-metal? Just the opposite of the metal, just the opposite of the metal, right? So it will not have any luster, no shiny surface. It will not, we can't make it into a wire or sheet. It is not producing any sound, poor conductor. Graphite ले लो, carbon is an example, oxygen is an example. Oxygen से current pass होता है? No. Electricity? No. Heat? No. Right? What is metalloid now? Metalloid is something which is showing the properties of metals also, non-metals also, right? So means it is एक तरह से बीच का है, मतलब ये भी दिखा देगा वो भी दिखा देगा. The metalloid will say when it will meet to the metals, it will say I am from your family. When it will meet to the non-metal, that time also say I will from your family also. So it's like that's why it is kept in the different कि बेटा तू यहाँ भी जाता है उधर भी जाता है, so तू बीच का है, तू निकल के आ जा. So metalloid is something which shows the properties of metals also and non-metals also, right? Clear? So this is the categories we find in the elements, and this we will elements, and then now coming compounds we will see elaborately in the next chapters, and then when you will go to the class 10 and obviously higher studies, so obviously there will be there, it will be there, right? Coming to the compounds. So compound is what? Compound is something which is having more than two or more than two elements, right? Two or a substance composed of two or more elements, right? More is missed out. So it is chemically combined together in a fixed proportion. So there is a fixed proportion. In that fixed proportion, it will combine chemically. That's why it is called as compound. Clear? If I am taking example of water, water is a compound. Why? Because it is having H2O. It is H2O. Hydrogen is there. How many hydrogen? Two hydrogen. Oxygen is there. One oxygen. तो वाटर में कभी भी ऐसा नहीं होगा कि H3O, H4O या HO2. No. Always H2O will be water only. अगर कुछ होगा तो दूसरा कुछ होगा, right? It will be different, something different. So compound, when it remain chemically in a fixed proportion, that is what the elements remain in a fixed proportion, that is what we call compound. Now what is the difference between, maybe you might be coming with a question doubt कि what is this compound and what is this mixture. Mixture में भी तो दो से ज्यादा चीज मिलके बनता है, compound में भी वही है, but mixture, if you are adding water, 50 ml of water and 50 gram of sand in the water, that is also mixture. 100 ml of water and 50 gram of sand, that is also a mixture. Mixture of sand in water, sand and water, right? Composition, chemically there is no fixed proportion, but in compound there is a fixed proportion. Clear? So this is what the two things in the pure substances. So it is very important to know the difference between the element, compound, know the difference between the compound and mixture, know the difference between the homogeneous mixture and heterogeneous mixture. This difference are also very much important from the exam perspective, right? For knowing, everything is important. You have to know, you have to clear the concept, everything is important. So we are with the end of this chapter, not chapter, we are with the end of this session, this part. There is another part is there, separating the components of mixture, how we can separate the components of mixture. So that we will take in the, we will go through, I will take this thing in the next session. So before that, if you have any doubt, any questions, anything you have to ask, you just put on, I'm ready to answer it, right? So I think you have liked it. If you have any doubt, you just ask me. Yeah, so I'm ready for your questions. I'm waiting and I'm ready for your questions. Okay. So I'm ready for your questions. Any doubt, anything, or you are satisfied? Okay, I'm just showing you this calculation. So this is 50, and so what is the amount of solution? 50 plus 200 equal to 250. So here mass by volume, right? Mass by volume percentage is 50 divided by 250 into 100, 5 5 and then 5 2 are 10 and 0, so answer will be 20%, right? So the answer will be 20%. Anyone came with this correct answer? Someone has given 25, 25, 25. How 25? Yeah, maybe you have not added this one. Water है ना, water we have to add the copper sulfate into the water, then it will become 250. So when it will become 250, so 50 by 250 into 100. So it will be 20%. Okay, someone asked me what is solubility? Truth, teach, help. अच्छा. What is solubility? Solubility बड़ा सिंपल से एक बात बता रहा हूँ. एक ग्लास शरबत बनाना है, राइट? पानी लिया एक ग्लास में, उसमें नींबू निचोड़ा, चीनी डाला. अच्छा, पहले चीनी डाल रहे हो, चीनी डाल दिया, चीनी मिक्स कर दिया, मिक्स कर दिया, मिक्स कर दिया. एक चम्मच चीनी डाला, वो मिक्स हो गया. फिर उसमें आधा चम्मच और डाला, मिक्स हो गया. इसके बाद में और मिक्स कर नहीं सकोगे, नहीं हो रहा. ठीक है? वो जितना अमाउंट ऑफ सॉल्यूट, द अमाउंट ऑफ सॉल्यूट विच इज मिक्स्ड, right, the amount of solute which is mixed is something we called solubility, right? Saturated solution में मतलब कि जितना amount कि इसके बाद में और मिक्स नहीं कर सकेंगे, इसके बाद में 1.5 चम्मच के बाद में और 1 चम्मच या आधा चम्मच डालने जा रहे हो तो नहीं मिक्स हो रहा, मतलब कि जितना 1.5 चम्मच डाला, that is the solubility, that much amount of solute has been dissolved, right, in the solution. So that is solubility. So anyone else? Okay, I hope you are clear with the concept. So if you are clear, we are going to sign off. Anything, if you have to ask anything, you have to say. So be with the session, and next session we are going to come. Thank you. Okay means thank you. Okay, so we will be in the next session, and I am going to share you the attendance. You just fill it up. Okay, I'm going to share you the attendance now. If you have, I'm just taking you 1-2 minutes time. If you have any doubt, you can ask me in the meantime. This attendance sheet, right, which I'm going to share you. I will provide the link. You just click on the link and you can fill this attendance sheet. Those who have only attended the live session can only fill this attendance sheet, right? अच्छा, scattered light मतलब कि just I'm showing you कि what you can see here. इस वीडियो में जरा देखो जरा कि यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है. फॉरेस्ट में देखो लाइट जो है छोटा 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 करके स्कैटर्ड हो जा रहा है, फैल जा रहा है, एक पूरा लाइट नहीं आ रहा है. एवरीथिंग इज गेटिंग स्कैटर्ड हियर. यू कैन सी डिफरेंट डिफरेंट बीम्स ऑफ लाइट. सो दिस इज व्हाट वी कॉल स्कैटरिंग. यहाँ पे पूरा एक एक जो है लाइट जो है इधर उधर फैल जा रहा है, राइट, पार्ट पार्ट होके. द सिंगल लाइट इज गेटिंग डिवाइडेड, स्कैटर्ड, फैल जा रहा है, राइट. दैट इज व्हाट वी कॉल स्कैटरिंग. नो, दैट इज स्कैटर्ड ऑफ लाइट, right? So I shared you the document attendance sheet. You just filled it up. Clear? Okay. Okay, so I'm just wrapping up. I hope you have cleared, you have understood the whatever I have showed you. Thank you very much to be with the session. Thank you.